How is everyone doing? I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, and we've got a ton of Fallout 76 news to go over, and because of that, I've included a video guide in the description below. So if you want to skip ahead to the new shop items or find out more about these weekly challenges, you can do that by following that video guide. But we're also going to be talking about players being banned in Fallout 76. We have an update about that, an official response from Bethesda regarding this. And then also we're going to be talking about feedback related to outfits and skins that are appearing in the Atomic Shop. And then another controversy related to some more merchandise from Fallout 76, the Nuka Dark Rum controversy. So we're going to talk about that one. But yes, welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders, to Open World Games. Let's do this. Let's dive straight in. And yeah, we're hunting more mole miners. It's like we're going on a mole miner genocide or something here. Every single news video seems like we're hunting these things. It's kind of sad. But yeah, first of all, those new shop items, let's talk about those. So these were recently added to Fallout 76, and they are quite festive indeed. We have the Sleigh Bells skin for the Death Tambo, so check that out. And yes, if you're wondering, it does come with a sound effect, so you will hear those bells jingling. It's 900 atoms. And then also we have another Christmas-themed item here. It's the Northern Lights Power Armor Paint. This one's actually really cool, and it also includes sound effects with it, so you'll be jingling along the wasteland as well. Now, I've heard that you're the only one that can hear the jingling in the power armor. I thought it would be funny if you could be roaming around and, you know, run into like a random player and they hear this jingling noise, and then you appear over the horizon and they're like, what in the hell? I think that would have been funny. But anyway, let's talk about other news for Fallout 76. We've got some weekly challenges to talk about. Now, I've kind of neglected these. These are super important. They're, of course, connected to earning those atoms. So remember, these are going to be resetting in about 4 days, 16 hours, and 47 minutes from now, right when the video was basically published. So some of these are also Christmas themed. So one of them is collect toys and coal. And then you have to prepare a feast here, which requires you to collect a bunch of different various items. And then take photos near statues and monuments. So if you go after these, definitely check them out. You have some time to still clear these. As you can see, I need to still clear them. But yeah, they're going to reset. So for now on, I think I'm going to be reporting on these when they actually do reset, because it's super important to know how to earn those atoms. And those are basically adjusted every single week. And then you got to remember to check these also for the dailies. So there's dailies that you can go in and actually complete those as well. Alright, so let's go on to the Fallout 76 news items related to the players being banned. So, you guys have probably heard that there's been some players that have been banned from Fallout 76 for, you know, having third-party cheat software on their PC. They may not be using that cheat software to cheat in Fallout 76, but Bethesda's servers or, you know, moderation tools are picking up on this, and they're being banned. They're banning these users that are doing that, and then also they're banning users that are using mods. So mods may make the servers more unstable and may cause them to run a lot more rough. At least that's what Bethesda is saying. So they're banning players over this. But the big issue is they actually, you know, wrote players about this, and they say this: use of this type of application is not permitted under any circumstances, not for any reason. As a result, we regret to inform you that this account has been permanently disabled and will no longer be eligible to participate in ZeniMax online services. Now, this is the crazy stuff. It says, if you would like to appeal this account closure, we would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community for our management team to review. Now, immediately Bethesda responded about this because people were like, you have to submit an essay. Are they nuts? Well, this is an official new updated response from Bethesda. They go on to say this: catching up on all of this, we flag the use of third-party applications within Fallout 76 because we do not want players exploiting the game in ways that provide a competitive advantage or negatively impact the servers and gameplay experience of other players. If someone receives a ban for modded content, for now, they should reach out to us through help.bethesda.net and we will review the appeal. We don't need an essay for this. As previously noted, we will be looking to add mod support at some point. When we have new details, we will let everyone know. So, they don't require you to write an essay. I don't know where that came from. I thought that seemed really, really strange. So no, they're not going to require anyone that gets banned to basically write out this essay. That's just ridiculous that was kind of included in any type of reply from them. So, yeah, since it is the holidays, of course, you would expect that response from Bethesda to be a bit slowed down in regards to a lot of this stuff. So I think in 2019, anyone that's been banned probably will have stuff cleared up, especially on the mods side of things. Now, if you're using cheat software, that's a different story. Like, you got to be careful with a lot of this stuff when it comes to, of course, more so on the PC gaming side of stuff. Be careful what software you have on your machine, especially if you're using it for, other games. Alright, so let's also continue on with this as well. Now, there was an interesting post that was the most upvoted post out on Reddit. It says here, cheat engine ban wave, responsibility or lack thereof in reporting. And this comes from the Rooster. And this one's interesting because I'm not going to read the whole thing here because it basically says that you gotta also note some of these players that are reporting being banned, it's very hard to verify their story, and it seems like there's been a wave of new reports suddenly after this and brand new accounts on Reddit being created. And some of the community have discovered that one account in particular who reported that they've been banned was a brand new Reddit account, and their previous posts were about not owning Fallout 76. So you can kind of see how it's kind of difficult to verify some of this stuff, and it's kind of why I've kind of been not able to report on a lot of these issues with bans, because I just don't know who is telling the truth. I mean, it's very difficult to verify some of the info. But when you get an official report from Bethesda, like the one we got here, I can definitely report on that stuff, let you guys know what's going on there. But there's the update about player bans. So let's go on to feedback about, the Atomic Shop and the shop items which have been recently appearing in the Atomic Store. You may notice that there's a lot of wacky stuff appearing in the Atomic Shop. So this was an interesting post out on Reddit. This comes from Seaside, who says this: Bethesda is going in the wrong direction with their skins. And I was like, that's definitely an interesting topic here. A lot of people agreed. Goes on to say this: I know everybody has a different taste, but for me it is kind of a turn-off that most skins that appear seem to have a more or less funny background. Sure, it's fun to beat someone to death with a giant candy cane. You got that right. And he says, but it is not exactly the most immersive thing to cross paths in a post-apocalyptic RPG. Especially that considering the in-game lore and the lack of NPCs, it means you are being beaten to death with a candy cane by some old friend you shared very small living space with for up to 25 years. Yikes. Long story short, more serious skins would be a pretty cool thing, and maybe more to enemy leveling than just giving a new cool name prefix. What do you think? And yeah, I do get where he is coming from. When it comes to seasonal stuff, though, I'm definitely for like the Christmas stuff and things like that. But there was another thread that's noteworthy as well that got like 1,500 upvotes. It says, I'm playing a post-apocalyptic survival game whose theme is war never changes. Why is the Atomic Shop full of Sims in the Wasteland BS? And this comes from Gray Tortoise. And you can see that there's a sentiment that people want more, lore themed, I guess you would say, updates to the Atomic Shop. And I personally do agree with this, and I think hopefully that we do see this as Bethesda does update the game in 2019, because we're going to be getting factions. So I think with these factions, at least I'm hoping that we do see some cool items added to the Atomic Store. But I think we're getting a lot of really wacky, silly stuff in the shop for sure. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys think the shop is fine with how it is? Do you think that there's anything that you would actually go in there and get with your atoms or real life money? Post a comment down below. As it stands right now, again, a lot of the stuff in the Atomic Shop are too expensive. But we're going to get into those comments here in just a moment, because you guys have some feedback about that. But yeah, if you guys did not hear about the new controversy that has been stirring up, it's over this Nuka Dark Rum. So this was some merchandise, actual rum that you can get related to Fallout 76. I can't remember the company that makes this, but it's not exactly 100% Bethesda making this, of course. It's some sort of rum company, beer company. But the problem is, you can see that's like $80. Super expensive. You'd think that this would be a glass Nuka-Cola bottle, but what's happening is people are finding out quickly that it's basically a regular rum bottle encased in a plastic Nuka-Cola shell bottle, and that's really upsetting people. So, yeah, there's that controversy. I can't believe that's happening. I mean, they've already had the canvas bag issue, and now they're having this on top of all of it. So, it's a bummer to be reporting on that stuff. I don't know how they're going to be addressing that, if they are at all, but I guess they're also kind of behind on making those too, and people are getting impatient regarding that one. But yeah, that's some expensive rum, man. Jeez. Hopefully the rum at least is really, really good. Alright, so moving on. We have some top comments from you guys, the community, so let's dive into those right now. So, this is from 20side, who says, Bethesda doesn't have microtransactions, they have macro transactions. That one actually made me laugh. So you can see there's a sentiment in the community that the Atomic Shop prices need to be lowered. So that's the overall, sentiment that I'm seeing. And then Heisenberg85 says, wouldn't they sell more Atom Shop stuff if the prices made sense, like $1 for a Camp Workshop item, and maybe, let me see, I don't know why that's frozen, and maybe 50 or 25 cents for the emotes? Then they would be selling the Atomic Shop stuff to nearly everyone, and nobody would be complaining. Why do businesses make stupid business decisions? I would buy all that stuff if it worth the time I put in to make the money that it cost to buy that stuff. My 11-year-old daughter asked me why the stuff in the Atom Shop was so expensive. So, yeah, Bethesda has replied about this, and they are looking at adjusting the prices, I think, in the new year. So hopefully we get further updates about what they're doing with the Atomic Shop. That sure would be nice. But yeah, it's still way too expensive. Mark Halver says, a player community hub in the game is sorely missing. A place to meet up, sell stuff, and form groups. The lore says we are all from the same vault. Why wouldn't we ever try to help each other? Yeah, I think that they really wanted that, of course, but I think they needed to really have an actual labeled location where it is a known space for players to kind of hang out. And also give reason to visit these places. So I'm hoping that down the road, although we're getting PvP factions, we need like factions related to trading and stuff that encourages PvE type meetups around the wasteland. All right, the final comment comes from Michael Callie, who says, just ran a nuke zone, got literally 1 frame per second. This game is becoming more unplayable with each patch, but at least we got a new Atom Shop items. Got 46 upvotes. So my question is for you guys, how many of you guys are experiencing that problem? And let me know, by the way, what platform you are on. Are you on PS4, Xbox One, or PC? For me, I've had this game where it's kind of a very inconsistent experience for me. So as you can see from this gameplay, it's running pretty good. It used to run so much worse than it is right now. But then I get like to fast traveling, and then there's like this jitter that happens, at least on my end. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Where did that come from? And it lasts forever. So it's just on and off for me personally. Very inconsistent with the jitters and the frame rate. So crossing my fingers that they get that down. Now restarting the actual game seems to actually help a little bit. But this area right here is running pretty good. But yeah. Stay tuned for more updates about patches. We will be getting a new patch in January. It's supposed to be a pretty big one. So hopefully they keep addressing some of these issues that you guys are having. But I'm curious to see how it's running for everyone. But guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Fallout 76 right here on Open World Games. And of course, I'm covering Cyberpunk 2077 and other open world gaming goodness. Again, appreciate all the support and love. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful Merry Christmas and are enjoying the holidays as we head into 2019. Thanks, guys, and I will see you back in the wasteland soon enough. Take care.